Linh-chan and Dimi-chan play games. Hello and welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
Today is Interesting Topic Thursday. So
Yep.
we've got an interesting topic for you.
Today we're going to talk about Dimitri and his diarrhea problem.
Why my diarrhea problem?
Because you often have them. But that's the topic of today, is diarrhea. And these are a few of the things that both of us have consumed.
Mm-hmm.
But Dimitri's the only one that gets problems from it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But, back to the game. Where are we at right now?
So we went in the crater of Death Mountain, and Navi was like, you're going to die in 36 seconds.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah. I want to see what's under this rock.
Why are you going to die in 36 seconds?
Because it's so hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it even gave us a nice little timer.
That timer is so slow. Oh, wait, no, it's not.
Oh, there's a hole. Oh, we can get magic now.
Do you lose one heart do you get every heart you get 30 seconds, or is it that's it, 30 seconds?
That's it.
Oh.
Let's look for the chest. Lots of money that I can't put. Oh, bombs. Okay. Well, I guess this was a pointless hole to fall into. Oh, it's a little butterfly. Now, 32 seconds remaining. No.
Okay. I'll wait till you die before I tell my story.
No, I'm getting out. You can tell the story. Link is not going to get diarrhea from the pit.
Okay. So, Dimitri and I love watermelons, and we often eat it. Like, whenever we eat watermelons, we, go a little bit overboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then, day after, Dimitri gets really bad diarrhea problems. So I started looking up, why does
And it's only recently too. I
Yeah.
didn't always get so sick from watermelon, but watermelon hits me really quickly. Within 20 to 30 minutes, I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah. So I looked it up, and hold on, gotta get my notes out.
I swear there was a reason, officer.
So not diarrhea. So watermelon has this thing. It's a fat-free fruit, of course, and it's full of resources. Not resources. It's full of nutrients like vitamins A, vitamin B6, and then vitamin C. But on top of that, it also has potassium. Really good. Potassium is really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then antioxidant plant phytochemicals called Lycopene and Citruline. So
okay.
Lycopene and citruline are I'm gonna go into detail about that. But lycopene is it's what gives watermelon the pink and the red color.
Mm-hmm.
So it's deep red color. It's a really strong antioxidant, and lycopenes can also be found in carrots and can also be found in tomatoes as well. That's what the tomato gets its color from as well. So it's very similar to watermelon. But so what happened is that the lycopene goes through your intestine, and that's what you're pretty much allergic to. It's the lycopene. When eating a very little watermelon, it's okay, but if you
have more than two pieces.
If you binged on eating watermelon and just watermelon and nothing else in your system, now you're gonna be all of a sudden affected by this really high level of lycopene in your system, and then and so it goes through your system, and what happened is that this thing gets down into your intestines, and then whatever doesn't get broken down or broken down and absorbed by your body, it goes through, and then your intestine and stuff, and then there are bad bacteria in our gut where it helps digest things. So it breaks this lycopene down. And it breaks it down, and same thing with fructose as well. All of the other sugar, really, it breaks down the sugar, and then and then as a byproduct of it, the breaking down process it's a fermentation process, and as a byproduct of that, you produce a lot of hydrogen gas, and you produce methane gas as well, and among other gases. And then
Is it you who produce them, or the bacteria that produce them?
The bacteria produce all this gas, and that's why. So then you get bloated, you get diarrhea, you get like really nasty farts and stuff like that. And it's very similar to milk as well. You know, it's the production of this hydrogen gas and stuff like that. But yeah, it goes through your system, and that's what causes diarrhea.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
so milk, it's the galactose or the lactase that you can't digest. Lactose.
Milk,
the lactose.
For milk, it's the lactose that you can't digest
because you don't have any lactase
you don't have
enzymes.
Enough lactate enzymes to digest it. So then, if you can't digest it, same concept goes through your system, gets broken down by all these bacteria, and produces all these gas, and that's why you fart a lot. And that's why, and then you get all the diarrhea because your body can't sustain it, can't deal with it. You know.
Got it. So
However, there is this one thing called earlier I mentioned Citruline, and there's not enough tests being done on this, but there, you know, sometimes all it takes is one test for people to draw conclusions and believe it as is. You know, so don't believe it. It needs to be proven more, and if you know, but they said that it's the citrulline, it's converted into amino acid arginine by the body. And it increases the nitric oxide levels in your blood and in your body, and it relaxes your blood vessels. So it opens up your blood vessels, and blood vessels, and it allows better blood flow and stuff like that. And they said that this citrulline in watermelon has the same similar effects as Viagra.
So every time I eat watermelon, I get it hard on?
It's not that you get a hard on, but what Viagra does is that it opens up your blood vessels. It allows more blood to flow
better
through
blood flow. Like
better
aspirin.
blood flow. Like aspirin as well.
Okay.
So like I said, there's not much studies done on this. Sometimes all it takes is one study and for people to go crazy about it. You know? So I don't trust it, but that's what people said. So it produces a Viagra-like effect on men. So if you're a guy and you want to see if it really works, eat lots of watermelon and then let us know.
Interesting.
So I don't believe it. I don't think it's true, but yeah.
So, who knows? No.
And they also say that watermelon helps lower blood pressure and helps with stuff. Sorry, I'm blanking out.
It helps with stuff?
Oh, but eating too much of anything is bad, of course. But watermelon has really good quantity of potassium. But if you eat too much of watermelon, your potassium concentration is really high in your body. It could cause cardiovascular problems, like irregular heartbeats, weak pulses, and stuff like that as well.
So I know also that the rind of watermelon is quite good for you, but people don't tend to eat it because they don't know you can eat it. But it's quite easy.
No taste, and it's hard.
It's crunchy. It's a good source of fiber.
Yeah. So that's one thing that Dimitri cannot eat a lot of. Another thing is apples. Here's a funny thing. There's a difference between whole apples and apple juice. Dimitri, can you eat whole apples?
I like whole apples and I do enjoy them.
But do you get diarrhea from whole apples?
I've never eaten enough apples to know.
But when he drinks apple juice, he gets the run.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting.
I like apple juice too. Why is everything that I like gonna try to kill me?
So in apples, there's really high concentration of fibers, and especially soluble fiber, pectin. And this pectin is the same thing as what is in the watermelon, the Lycopene. So it's this pectin that causes you to have diarrhea as well. But what happened is that when you eat, hold on. And so, yeah, so this fiber, when it's in your system, it mixes with water and it forms sort of like this gelatinous mass texture in your intestine, and the bulk of your stool is actually that. It's actually this peptin mixed with water, and it's needed to be flushed out. So most of your stool is gonna be that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so if you so there's two ways really. So if you eat whole apples, if you get the runs from whole apples, the source of it comes from this fiber called pectin. But if you get diarrhea from apple juice, it's no longer the fiber, because when apple juice is made, during the process of apple juice,
They filter it.
Everything is filtered and all that fiber is gone, and all that fiber, it's gone. And also hold on.
Chicken's gone. I need my chicken back. Make chickens great again.
Wait, hold on. I might be getting my facts mixed up now.
Uh-oh.
I'm actually right.
Okay, we're good.
So there's another thing that somebody could be allergic to. Or not allergic. It's called a fructose intolerance. And fructose intolerance, it could come from apples, but it comes from anything that there's a lot of fructose in. And apples has a lot of fructose. Apple has sugars that are glucose, sucrose, and fructose. And these are like the natural sweetness from the sugar. I mean, from the apples anyway. And
Fun fact, do you know that fructose is called fructose because it's found in fruit?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Well, apple has really high concentration of fructose, and it's the fructose that doesn't get digested in your body. And like I said earlier, it's that whole similar process where it gets eaten up by all these bacteria in your gut, and then the bacteria produces all these gas and stuff like that, and that's where you get all the bloating and the farts and everything as well.
Because your intestines are basically being filled with gas.
Yeah. And then same thing with lactose too. So it's just every different food item, I guess, has different things in it that causes all of the same side effects. Yeah. But yeah, it's really interesting. And one way to know whether you're allergic to some, like fructose or whatever, is by doing a hydrogen breath test. So what happens with the hydrogen gas that's as a byproduct of this fermentation process in your gut is that the hydrogen now gets dispersed through your body, and then your lungs absorb it up, and then your lungs gets rid of it through your breath when you breathe. So then a way to know is by you can actually get this test at like any local doctors or whatever. But it's called a hydrogen breath test, and there's this machine and you breathe into, and it measures the hydrogen gas in your breath, and it pretty much just tells you like how your diet is doing and how you're doing on your whether you're really allergic to something or not. So, or if you have an intolerant to something.
I wish the doctor told me that last time, because I did ask specifically about that.
Yeah. Maybe the process isn't very accurate, so that maybe they didn't suggest it, or maybe because it's a really expensive process, So, but yeah. So you're probably allergic to fructose. You're probably fructose intolerance and lactose intolerant. That's why you're getting all these runs whenever you drink apple juice.
I should check other things that have
I think you should test it out by eating whole apples and by drinking just apple juice.
Well, we don't need to drink the apple juice. We know.
Yeah.
we know the result of that.
Whole apples to see if it's the same. Then you know whether you're allergic to Because most likely, from the apple juice, what is being flushed out is all that sugar, because there's really no fiber left in there. What's being flushed out of your system is all this excess sugar that you can't take.
Interesting. I know another cause for diarrhea is really oily foods. So I I would love to know what the fish is called, but there is a certain type of fish that they sell usually at sushi restaurants. But
That gives you diarrhea?
yeah, so it's not the right kind of, like, they say this is albacore or white albacore or something.
But you eat it all the time.
Not at the sushi places we go to. At shitty sushi places, they'll sell you this fish, and it's actually really bad for you because it has like a type of oil in it that we are completely unable to digest. So it gives you like nonstop runs, like of really like oily poop for a very long time.
Oh, really?
I'm talking to this asshole the 5th time. Why don't you just go away? Yes, I know the door's domain. But yeah, we'll finish talking to this owl head next time.
And we'll continue the diarrhea story next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Linh-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan.